go to one history or one historian to study the past. They look at a number of things to confirm claims made by king's historian, for example, official historian, because we don't rely on official historians. Historians know what to believe and what not to believe, and they raise questions.
Historians know what to and what to not believe.
Have you ever
It's all
studied?
their bias,
Look,
surely.
before we go on, have you ever studied history systematically? What are your credentials on history?
Sorry, I don't think you do a debate asking someone their credentials.
Well, you do. That's the
As
first
soon-
thing you
sorry,
do.
as soon as
That's
you-
the first thing,
No,
because
it's
you're
not.
raising
No, it's
questions.
not.
They
If
are
you
so
can't-
basic.
If you can't answer without putting someone down, you haven't got.
I'm not putting you down.
If you're saying, "Oh, I've got good credentials," "Oh, you're basic," that's not a good debate.
No, because
Sorry, it's a weak argument.
you are talking in very primitive terms.
Again, I'm
The-
not
these
saying
are-
you're
these are-
arguing primitive terms.
Yeah.
Are you the best professor? Are you the know-it-all of all
No,
these
I'm
things?
not. I'm
You're
not.
not.
I'm not.
Finally, some
But
humbleness.
no, of course, humility has nothing to do with this discussion.
Well, if you're putting someone down and saying, "I'm qualified," I think you've
me
lost some
challenging
kind of
your
point.
credentials on history
It's
because
a
you're
weak
raising
argument.
points that don't make sense to historians.
Sorry, of
Yeah.
course it makes sense. Saying someone is who's more educated, who's therefore reading, you're applying that to that audience. Same as the videotapes. You have an audience that you're catering for.
Have you studied neuroscience ever?
Yeah,
You have.
in my own kind of way. But again,
Fine.
that's
Wait.
regardless of the
If
point.
you were standing here making claims about neuroscience, or
So you're
wait,
saying only
relax.
people
Let me
qualified
finish my
to
statement.
debate.
Let me finish my statement. There has to be a conversation, please.
Yeah.
If you were standing here making claims about neuroscience or
making
mechanical
making
biology,
claims.
like wait, or astrophysics, for example, I have the right to ask questions. Have you studied these fields? If the answer is no, then I would tell you to go and study. Likewise, history is no exception. Why do people think history and religion, any Tom, Dick, and Harry can come and talk on religion and history?
So if you don't
I
know
mean,
the answer, you just
wait,
say,
I'm
"Oh,
finishing.
you're not qualified
If you
to
had a
say it."
problem with your
That's what
heart,
you're
you would
saying.
go to a heart surgeon or heart specialist. You wouldn't go to a kidney specialist. Why? Because you're
changing the
you're a
subject
sensible
completely.
you're a sensible person.
I know. I guess what historians do.
So the difficulty of talking
guess
to
it's the
a
whole
historian
thing with
is that
historians
a historian will
is
speak
if you're
with.
losing the debate, you talk about another thing completely and diminish someone because
No,
you haven't got the answers.
no. I
what you're
wouldn't
doing now.
stand here and talk about
That's what you're
astrophysics.
doing.
Wait. I wouldn't
So
talk with my
you're
credentials.
saying
I wouldn't stand here and discuss astrophysics because I know my limits. I wouldn't if there was an
If you don't know the answer, then you have to put someone down. That's what you're doing.
I think this is not a conversation. Yeah. You're not getting the point.
I get your
I'm
point.
saying
I get your point. You know
if there
more.
was an astrophysicist in front of me, I would not challenge his credentials, especially when I haven't studied the field.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the point.
Also-
So
you're
the humility
also
has nothing to do with it.
You're also saying your
Yeah,
qualifications.
you're making
you should
claims
go
like
there
history is
with
written by
qualifications to show out. Maybe
victors
everyone
and the
here
kings.
should have
and-
their qualifications that they say and show
Okay,
before they talk.
let me give you an example. You know Procopius.
What's your relevance? Yes.
Do you know Procopius, who that is?
Answer. What was your point?
Do you know
I
Procopius?
don't
Yes or
think
no?
it's relevant if
I'll
I
tell
know
you
or
how it's
not.
relevant.
Go on, say it then. Tell me
Okay,
why.
do you know Procopius?
Yes.
Do you know Procopius?
What's your
So,
point?
yes, I can.
What's your
Do you
point?
know a blue
What's
flying
your
duck?
point?
You can
What's
say no,
your
I don't.
point? What's
right?
your point?
My point is, Procopius was a Roman Byzantine historian who wrote a secret history of Justinian, one of the most powerful Roman emperors. The reason why it's called secret history because it wasn't the state version of events. Wait, relax. Let me finish. Likewise, the reason why I gave you Procopius' example is because
So
Procopius.
there's alternative histories now you're saying. Okay, gotcha. Okay, carry on.
The reason why I mentioned Procopius is because that's a very famous, well-known example among the historians to debunk this idea that history is only written by kings and their court historians and victors. This is a lie. We historians, we historians. You said it, you just said it. You said it 3 minutes ago that history is written by kings and they
Mostly written by kings and leaders.
what do you mean mostly? What do you mean mostly?
I mean, the majority are.
How do you know? If you don't
They
know,
are.
okay, do you know
Because
Procopius?
most people that are educated tend to
Do you know
be-
Arian? Do you know Plutarch? Do you know Herodotus, for example?
So you're
Do you know
just saying
Herodotus?
things
Do you know
because
Herodotus?
You can't back up with what you're saying.
Again, I'm trying to show you, you're making claims without substance.
Sorry, that's what you're doing. You're saying, oh, I'm qualified because I know words. That's all you're saying.
I'll give you another
That's
great
exactly
example.
what you're doing.
One of the most powerful Mughal emperors in India was called Jalaluddin Muhammad Akbar, the famous Akbar who ruled India for 50 years. One of the most powerful Mughal emperors. One of his court historians wrote a secret history without his knowledge. His name was Mullah Abdul Qadir Badayuni. Wait, relax. Let me finish.
Okay.
Let me finish. Don't cut me, please, when I'm making a point. My purpose is to educate people. He wrote this secret history called Muntakhab al-Tawarikh. In this history, he stated things about the king that the king would never tolerate if he was to come about those things. Wait, relax, wait. He specifically instructed his children to publish this book after the king is dead and I'm dead. Okay? Because if the king is to find out what I wrote in the book, he would kill me. And if I am alive and the king's descendants find out, they will. So both of us, so his book was published, and we have many disturbing facts about Jalaluddin Muhammad Akbar. So again, wait, relax. We have examples upon examples upon examples upon examples from throughout history where historians wrote against kings while the kings were alive and ruling, right? So for someone to claim that history is written by victors, sorry?
That wasn't very common, though.
It wasn't common.
In your own country, writing about badly about your own king? No.
Do you have any, again, I'm not trying to be arrogant here. Yeah, when you make a claim about a field.
Kings killed their own wives.
No,
Why wouldn't they kill someone right before
you're
them?
ignoring my question. My question is very pointed and direct. When you make a claim about a field, should you follow basic rules and conventions of that field or not? Yeah, you should. Right. So the basic thing about history is before you make a claim about the history of the world, you have to have basic knowledge of the history of the world. Would you agree?
Yeah, I think that's why we have historians, right?
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. So that's the point I'm making. When someone comes along and says only kings got their histories written and all we know is from the kings.
That's what he said.
Sorry, can I just ask you? Say that happened. I think probably the truth happened there to some extent. Also,
To some extent.
we don't know. That's my point.
No, we do know.
We don't. I'm asking you this.
How do we?
My question.
This is why it comes back to credentials.
Let him finish.
Okay,
Hey, let him finish.
I let you finish. Let
Yeah.
me finish. If there was a coup against a leader, would that coup not have other alternative history spreads?
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Would that not happen?
Okay.
I'm asking you that.
Good
would
question.
That person
Okay,
also
right.
look for hearsay, gossip, to kind of diminish.
Okay,
the
I'm
case?
gonna.
Obviously, that's the rational thing they would do.
Would
Yeah.
there not also be other people
I-
who wanted the king to come have
I want to establish something before we continue with this conversation because I like to have pointed, fruitful conversations, not just merry-go-round.
what's your
Okay, wait. Are we discussing history and how it works? Yes or no?
I mean, he's
No. I was talking to him. You just came. I was talking to
Are
him.
you looking for time here? What's your
No. Are we discussing history and how it works?
I think, have you got an answer to this question, or are you just like...
It's not a trap question.
not
It's
a trap
a question to determine our
I don't
direction.
know why you're not answering that question.
I will. Are we discussing history and how it works?
Are you answering the question, or are we talking about the rules suddenly?
Do you understand my question?
I'm
Are
not-
we
I
discussing?
had a
Are we
question.
discussing history?
I have a question for
bro,
you.
answer his
Okay.
question.
If then the reason why I'm asking this question is if we are discussing history,
you answer-
then
ask
it's a specialist field. If we are discussing heart surgery or neuroscience
Right.
or astrophysics, then it's a field,
Yes.
right?
Okay.
And when we discuss a field, then we have to discuss it with rules. Okay, you will not tolerate a shoemaker. No, I'm talking to the cameras as well.
That's
Okay,
fair.
the cameras are there. I cannot ignore them.
It's been like over a minute now.
Okay.
These guys pay the
So if someone wants to come and discuss neuroscience or astrophysics and has no idea how these fields work,
Right, no.
then
That's a follow.
if there is a neuroscientist, and an astrophysicist standing there who is willing to answer the questions, then the one who is not qualified in that field should ask the question and listen carefully.
Yes.
Right? Okay. I'm a historian. I'm a qualified historian.
In what field?
History.
Of what?
Medieval history.
Medieval history?
Yes, I am. Yes. Okay. And this gentleman, I asked him repeatedly, if you are a qualified historian, then we can speak on equal terms. Otherwise, it's a Q&A. It's a Q&A.
It's not equal terms now.
No, it's not.
So you'd have no,
No.
answer for what I asked.
Okay, ask now. It's a Q&A.
wanna hear his question,
I'll answer your
though. I
question
wanna
now.
hear his question.
Ask your question.
So,
And then
you're
you're going to listen to me quietly.
I
Yeah.
think you just kind of tried to get away from
Because if
answering
you're
my
trying to...
question.
Let him answer-
Why?
let him
Why
ask
would
the
I do
question. Let
that?
him ask the
Why would
question.
I... Ask your question.
Okay, so you mentioned someone who basically had an alternative history about what happened. If there was a coup,
About what happened? About what happened?
if there was a coup for this leader, would there not be hearsay? Would there not be gossip? Would there not be people pushing their own agendas?
Everything. Yes, you're right.
So
All
does
of
that
that...
not muddle everything?
No, it doesn't.
How does that not muddle everything?
Because we know how to...
If you weren't there,
You asked
how
me a
can
question.
know?
You asked me a question, right? It's my right to answer the question. Yeah. How do we know the history we know today is not muddled or mixed or contaminated?
All history is.
There you go. We have an expert now telling us all history is all history is muddled. No, but he's making claims. Wait. He is making claims. No, he's not. How? Why does your rationality not work with astrophysics and neuroscience? Because you cannot just walk in and say, I'm a rational person, I'm going to talk about neuroscience and astrophysics, and you don't know anything about the field. Likewise,